All right, and we're back, guys. We're back. Hardy's got some updates.
No. Well,
we don't have to say the name.
Yeah, well, of course not. We're not. Yeah, what are you, out of your mind?
As you guys can imagine, when Hardy came over, we started talking about dating and dating apps. As
Dude,
you can imagine.
You got to tell people, though, I think you're really... this is the best podcast that's ever existed. We never... we're going to come on here, and we're going to hammer you with...
It's the same episode 10 times. We're going to talk about...
Listen, it is interesting, though, because I do feel like you are coming around. It's been a slow journey for you. You got rid of the app Saturday night. I feel like you're coming back, or I feel like it's taken you a little longer, but I feel like you're starting to really see the light in terms of the mental strain.
Yeah.
The mental strain that are those.
Well, the mental strain is that they're
things.
so great.
Yeah.
Is that everything? It's tough to... Huberman was talking about dopamine.
I was listening to his one the other day, goal setting and...
Oh, yeah, he was talking about dopamine releases and different things that release dopamine. He goes, chocolate releases a 1.5
Okay.
whatever dopamine, right? He goes, cigarettes, 3 dopamine or something like that.
Man,
he had some
those
metric system.
Underrated.
I haven't smoked one cigarette all year.
I have been really wow, that's really good. I've been really, really good too. I've not picked up the random pack. But if I've gone, sometimes if I go do something like a show, like a set or something,
yeah.
I'll have a victory dart.
Nope, not giving it to you.
It's terrible, right? You know when I had one the other day? I wanted one. I was out at the beach. And I was looking at that blue ocean. Yeah. You got to come out.
I don't know. Something about the beach, though, and a cigarette, it kind of taints the beach.
It should.
It's not as natural, the beach, if you have a cigarette.
Yeah.
It's already hot, too, like a hot cigarette.
It's hot.
Heroin's a 10, whatever. And he said sex or the pursuit of sex. He said even the pursuit of sex.
I've been really enjoying the pursuit of sex.
He says that's a 2. It's
little nice.
It's right around a cigarette, like nicotine.
And I bet an approach. We've been joking. Me and a couple of the guys call it the approach polo. We've been calling if you get a nice polo, the
like
the
a
shirt.
T-shirt.
Yeah. You get a nice polo.
Who are the guys? Pomeroy? This doesn't sound like a Sunday Dins.
Cal.
This doesn't sound like a Sunday Dins. This sounds like a Pomeroy trying to convince the Polo March.
Yeah, Kraus. And it's a nice move with a lady because if you got a polo on, what you're kind of telling her, you're a little more, you could go to dinner. If you asked her out right there, you could go right there to get something to eat with her. Or you could take it easy. It's dressed up, it's dressed down.
I'm not sold on this
You're
polo.
not sold
I'm
on
fine with a polo, but I think it's kind of... It might be coming back. Depends on the polo. It's just kind of...
You're not a polo guy.
It's a little full of yourself, a polo guy.
You think so?
Yes. Depends on the polo.
Right.
When I hear polo, I think like Lacoste.
Yeah, there's some nice...
You know what I mean?
That's a classic polo.
Like a polo.
Yeah,
If he's doing one of these Mezcal, who's that guy?
Mezcal.
Who's Maskell? Who's the guy that played
Paul Pedro?
Paul Mezcal.
Paul Mezcal, yeah.
You know that guy? He was what's that movie with the daughter and it goes back and forth in time? He kills himself.
What?
You've seen that. About Time? Not
About Time.
No, it's not About Time. Anyways.
You love About Time.
What's that book series that it's on my shelf? Normal People.
Yeah.
That guy. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Paul Mezcal?
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. I don't think I've seen that movie though.
You're out of the game. But dude, I had a little I've been talking to myself. I'm like, I gotta approach these. And to be honest with
Yeah.
you, since I've relapsed on the dating apps and I'm off, I really think the move with me is to not jump in on beating myself up about approaching girls.
Mm-hmm.
The move is to just relax and kind of forget about it and work on my other shit, you know?
That is the move. Yes, 100%.
Because I keep going dating apps, in-person dating, and it's just this seesaw.
Right, and I'm trying to pitch you on going in person.
Well, I did a rep. Me and Bramante call it a rep.
Yeah.
Where even if you just do a little thing, like I was in the elevator at Soho House, I was taking the elevator down. There's a little hyena next to me,
Yeah, Soho House. That's snazzy.
and they in the elevator they have a bulletin board of the events.
Yeah.
It was just me and this girl, and I could see when we were waiting for the elevator.
Yeah.
I could see in the corner of my eye her playing with her hair a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is on. So we get in the elevator, and then like I was like, should I say something? Should I not? I'm like, let me just fucking say something. So I go, you ever go to any of these events?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
that's
she
a
was
good...
like, no, not really. I go to the workout classes here, though.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't know they have workout
Yeah, I
classes.
didn't know that.
But then we left, and she kept on talking to me as we walked out.
Yeah, so there you go.
And then I immediately, once we went outside, I immediately go, all right, have a good one. I didn't, you know what I mean?
Got out of there.
I got out. I was like,
Yeah, okay, so I did this the other day. I was at the gym, and I think it might have been closed because there was, like, no one there. And this
rocket.
little number, yeah, dude. She was good looking, dude. And walked in and was like, I just started being like, I think they're closed. Like,
Started trying to open the door. I think they're closed.
you know, like I was doing, and first she was like listening to something, so she had to take a second to be like, wait, what? And I was like, oh, I think they're, I don't know, like what's going on here. I think they might be closed, but so we like talked for a second,
Yeah.
and then I did what you did. I didn't like get her number. I was just like on the way out. I was like, all right, see you later. Have a good weekend. I was like, what's your name again? She was like, Mary, you know. I was like, Matt. She's like, what's your name? And I was like, Matt. I was like, maybe I'll see you around, you know. Adios.
That's the move, dude.
Seed planted. So you
Yeah.
gotta
Of course.
you gotta learn how to garden, and you gotta learn there's different types of gardening, right? Sometimes you plant a seed, sometimes you're watering, and sometimes it's time to pick fruit,
Well, here's
right? And
Yeah.
so you gotta know where your plant is in the cycle.
and only a man that is desperate picks the fruit when it's too ripe.
Thank
A
you.
guy that
Thank
says,
you.
all right,
Yes.
nice meal, I'll talk, you know, maybe I'll see you around, is
There
a
you
man of abundance.
That's yes, very well put.
He's in no rush.
Abundance mindset, yes.
Yes.
And even if he comes back the next time and like you two are too busy, so you maybe say like one of those, but you don't really, he doesn't force it there either. He doesn't like go up to her and like tap her and be like, hey, I noticed you here again. Don't be an idiot.
You're not finding her on Instagram and DMing her right after you've overthought it for 6 hours.
We've all done. Which we've all done, right?
Yeah, dude.
But that's
Man.
why you can't. That's why you can't.
Yeah, once again, and I'll tell you, dude.
Yeah.
I think everyone, at least in New York, is starting to come around on the in-person a little bit. I've been seeing a lot of
I agree.
approaches just in public. I see a
agree.
lot of dudes.
Yeah.
Talking about Luciano, he saw one.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I've
see
been
it as
seeing
well.
a lot of it recently. A lot more. I think people are kind of out of the awkward COVID phase now, and they're back in the...
Yeah, I think some. I don't know. I think maybe some pop cult, like maybe some of what's happened in society is like coming back around a little bit.
Yeah.
Like with I don't know if this is related, but with the Johnny Depp trial, like that trial, sort of seemed like a little bit of like a kickback on the whole thing of like every guy is a terrorist.
Yeah.
And a bad guy, like
Every guy is a terrorist.
like it seems a little more like it just seems a little bit more lately like if you're not a fucking weirdo,
Yeah.
you're all right. You're all right. You can say hello, you know. You can ask someone out.
Yeah. You got any? Should we get off the dating? I feel like the past 6 episodes we've talked dating apps. I hate to do it. We could talk date.
No,
You
I
went
don't,
on a
I don't
date, though?
care. I don't care. I did. I went
Are you in love with her?
no, I mean
You gonna see her again?
I think so, yeah. I think that's the plan. That's the plan. But you'll love this. This is the best part about this. I had to ask her out in Spanish.
Why? Because she speaks Spanish? She doesn't speak English?
She doesn't speak very good English, and I don't speak very good Spanish. So I legitimately spent
How'd you meet her?
in the same place.
The juice place?
Yeah.
Boy, these people rocking your juices are going, this guy just comes in here
Yeah.
and hits on chicks.
Just nonstop.
So you took it, you got her number? Nombre.
I asked.
Dame, dame,
Yeah, dime.
dime el nombre.
El número.
El número.
I
Que rico.
had a couple.
ay, ay.
I tried to have a conversation with like one time. Like I had been getting caught. This is like 6 months. You know, I had been going in there, and I was like, this girl.
She works there?
Gorgeous. Yeah.
She works there?
Yeah.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, you can't go there anymore.
Well, I don't know about that. See, that's like, well, who thinks about you? There is a little bit
You
of
know what happened on the corner of the bookstore, dude? I take the
yeah.
long
What
way.
happened in that? Oh yeah,
I
you
did
don't.
the sniper shot to
But
the
you could-
bookstore lady right on the corner, dude.
You could go in there. You could go in.
Should I go in there and do another sniper shot? Hey, can I get your number? I think you're really attractive.
You could. If
It's
you
been a
really,
year.
See, this is where you overthink. You just got to stop with the. If you want to, I saw an entry point. Like we had I asked her. I forget what your conversation was. Something about the weekend or where she was from. She's from Colombia. Like, and then I was like, you know what? I kind of want to ask this girl out. So then I found out how to do it. ¿Quieres salir conmigo? ¿Tú quieres salir conmigo? And I like
You
practiced.
say it like that?
Yeah, I practiced. Got nervous.
How'd you
as
say it?
I'll tell you.
¿Tú quieres? Did you go like that? or
Yeah,
no?
tú quieres salir conmigo.
Did you go like this too?
I did. I said, tú quieres salir conmigo? And it was through like a pane glass, which is awkward as shit because it's
Yeah.
harder to fucking hear. And when I did it, or actually the second time, she actually didn't hear me at first. So then it was really fucking weird. I was like standing there like a schmutz for a second, like waiting for her to come back. But I went in nervous. I had it like ready. And then she like got me the coffee and I paid. And like see, this is how hard it, and like a loser.
She grabs the bill and you don't let go. You go, ¿Tú quieres salir conmigo? Start tugging on the bill. ¿Tú quieres?
You have this is exactly.
No, it didn't happen.
No. But at that moment, I panicked. That's what I'm trying to explain. Like, and it didn't go down. And then, like, like an idiot, I, like, walked over to the milk area and was, like, putting it in. And, like, yo, Matt, come on, dude. Come on, son. Like, you got this.
The loop back around
loop-
move.
the loop-
looping back around.
Here's the thing,
It's a
though.
brutal maneuver.
Because I did it when I had the idea the first time.
Yeah.
That's why it went. It ended up going because when I thought about it, the next day I this was the next day. I go in there, and then, I wait for this guy to pay, and then I go back up, and was like, yo tango un pregunta.
Hey, buddy, let me get in here a little bit.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, yeah.
I'm
And
not done
then,
with
yeah, I asked her. And she was like, oh, yeah, see. She was like, you could take my. And
Numero.
and she put her number in. And then I was
In
like,
the
oh,
flip?
no, in the iPod. And then, which is crazy because she just like put it in a voice, like in a memo, like a note in the notepad. And then I was like, adios,
Adios.
adios. I was pumped up, man.
Start dancing out.
Woo!
Ba-da-da-da-da-bamba.
Yeah. And then we went out.
Where'd you guys go?
Central Park.
Coffee or just
Uh,
sitting down in the park?
sitting in the park, hanging out, walking around. I
What'd
wrote
you guys
out.
talk about, man?
Dude, I wrote out. I researched and wrote out questions in Spanish
Yeah.
to ask her while we walked around, which she thought was so good. She was dying. There's
So
some.
then how does she respond?
Well, it's actually I was I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work. Like you're probably thinking, like we have broken. Like my Spanish is pretty broken, but I'm not horrible. Like I can get to some words.
I can understand almost everything.
No, you can't. Can you?
I can understand a lot,
Wow.
but I can't speak it.
Oh, fascinating.
I can like hear. I
Right.
go, oh, that
Mm-hmm.
I know kind of what they're saying.
That's how I feel. I know kind of what they're saying, but then like sometimes it gets a little.
Yeah.
And then
What was she wearing?
She was she had like leggings. She was like almost in like she was pretty fashionable, almost in like a gym outfit,
Yeah.
but kind of a fancy gym outfit.
Did you follow her on Instagram or anything like that?
I don't
or
know
no?
any of that. I don't know any of that info.
You just have her first name.
Yeah.
We'll find after the pod.
Really.
After the pod, we'll find her.
Bro.
I have some ways on how to locate.
Bro. Yeah.
You're
And then I asked
into
her oh yeah. And then I asked her one point like what do you love to do? Like what do you love? Thing like que hacer? Like what do you love to do? Que hacer or something. And she's like listing all these things. She's like bailar, salsa
El gimnasio.
and listening to this woman is just fantastic. It's just like truly.
When did
She
this
sat-
happen?
What do you mean?
What day is this?
I was like 4 weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago.
Really?
It was before even the other pod. I kept it very low. I kept it close to the chest. But you pulled it out
So
of
when
me
are you gonna
today.
when are you gonna see her again? It's been 4 weeks. Have you
Friday,
seen her
I think.
at?
Friday.
Have you seen her at
Yeah.
the
Oh
coffee
yeah.
shop?
Oh yeah.
And she's happy to see you.
Yeah. Yeah. We had to reschedule something last week because the place was closed.
So you're gonna see her this Friday?
I think so. Yeah. That's the plan.
Damn, Daniel.
We're going to the library.
What's going on at the library?
That's my.
They
big,
got books that each of you
she
could
like.
read.
Yeah. She likes books. She likes.
Where? This is by 30 This is by 30 Rock.
Yeah. There's like the New York Public Library.
I know, but that's where But that's
Yeah.
where she works. Is
Yeah.
around your work.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna go during your lunch break?
No, I'll probably go like later in the day, like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a rooftop.
You text her at all or no?
Yeah, I
Every now
text
and
her
then.
in Spanish. No, I don't text her like in between. We don't like have like
You don't have jokes
chat.
going on.
No, we did have one joke where I couldn't figure out how to say that I don't have children. Right, And then she
El niños nada.
that's what I was like.
El niño nada.
And she goes, "No soy papa."
She doesn't have a dad?
No, it's for me. She was like, no soy un papa. She's talking about me. And I was like, oh, yeah. No soy un papa.
What's Papa?
Father.
She doesn't have a dad?
No.
Oh, you're not a dad.
I'm not a dad. No soy
She goes,
papa.
I have no... mis
Yeah.
niños no soy papa. You.
You.
Tú es el papa
Yes.
en el año.
El año. This is
El
what it's
año
like.
pasado.
This is what it's like, kind of.
Dude, she's going to come see you do comedy.
Dude,
and you're going to
she-
do your fin de semana bit.
At one point, dude, I was dying. I was just doing the
Were
days.
you
I was
doing-
doing the days of the week.
You did your...
I go
You did your act.
lunes. I didn't do my act.
You did your act.
But I was like sort of doing it for the days of the week.
Hardy doing his act midday. I do it all the time. Big act guy.
Dude, we had this great. There was this great thing where if we didn't, there was like a true miscommunication, and we couldn't. The other person couldn't get it. We would just go ah.
All right, we don't need to get too deep here.
That's pretty good though, huh? Ah. Which happens like a few times. If you really like think about it, like that's the weirdest where you like literally can't decipher. You just have to leave a topic. You just have to leave what you're talking about because you can't get there.
You could really play up this miscommunication pretty well. You could to your advantage.
There's a lot of positives about it. It's fantastic.
You could really play it up
honestly.
to your advantage.
Yeah. I'm sort of think I might be done with with ladies. I'm telling you right now. This like
Tu vamos a mi casa. No. She goes, no. And you go, no. No, not mi casa. El biblioteca es casa. You start playing around. What would be funny
So
is
that
if you
was-
hired a translator for a date. That'd be kind of funny.
You know, that could be funny. I kind of want to. That's the other thing, though. It kind of be nice to actually get pretty good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being able to, like, actually revive some of my abilities. You know?
If you're on that train, though, would you go different language, though? I don't know if I'd do Spanish.
Well, this is what I'm wondering. What would you do? See, I'm going to tell you right now. The Spanish lady, they can't be beat. I don't know what your preference is, but they can't be beat.
I don't know. I'm a big like Norway, like Sweden guy.
Oh, really?
Like Norway.
That's a nice
Switzerland.
area. Right.
These
Norway.
platinum blondes.
Yeah, that's a nice.
Just winter chicks.
Yeah. There's a nice.
I also-
it was it was embarrassing. Just real quick, I had to I looked up a couple of like articles on like what to know before you go out with your Latin
Top 5 things you
Yes.
should know about Spanish girls. They don't
I
shave.
did.
They don't
I
shave
looked
their
it up,
armpits.
dude, and it was like,
Is she from Spain or is she Mexican?
no, she's from Colombia.
Colombia. All right.
Yeah,
Well, there's a whole.
yeah.
I've heard a lot of things about Colombian women.
I know a lot of people are like really nervous. They like, wow, yeah. There's a
They're
lot.
pretty clingy, I hear.
Let me tell you, woo.
You'd love to be clinged on.
Yeah, but
Klingon.
dude, I looked them up. I was like, all right, they're like, and these lists are like hilarious. They could be written about any human on Earth. They're super passionate. They're very family oriented.
Pasionoso?
Yeah, like very passionate. Yeah.
Well, that's exciting, Hart. I'm really glad for you.
I mean, look.
We're
it
looking
was
her up after
one
this.
date,
We're
and
looking
I
her
don't
up.
know that you're gonna find her, dude.
I'll find her easy, dude.
Dude.
Easy.
Anywho, my point was just that
Does she have an American number?
I don't know. I'll show it to
Or is
you.
it like 55, then 1, 2? I've got an
I
app
don't
that you
know.
can reverse look
Really?
up phone numbers to figure out what their name is.
Oh, okay. Well, then we might be in business.
Do you have her last name?
I don't think so. No, I don't.
It's going to be like Maria, like Velasquez. It's going to be like the most common name, and we're going to be pillaging for hours
Yeah.
through all the different Maria Velasquez's.
But my whole thing about it was just like do what you want, right? Go on inspiration. If you want to ask somebody out, who cares? Go across even language barriers.
Hey,
You know? You would be shocked too, by the way, how much of speech between two people is nonverbal. Because we were going out there,
oh, would I be surprised?
you would be surprised, dude. Listen, when was the last
It's like a
time
TED
you
Talk
went on?
now. Like I don't.
When was the last time? No, because you're resisting. When was the last I'm telling you, it's a nice experience.
I personally am not. I've been on a couple dates with girls from other countries.
You have.
Yeah. And probably like 10 where the way I operate a date
Yeah.
is very, I don't know if antithetical is the right word. I might be stretching my vocab right there.
I don't even know what that.
But it goes against how I operate in a date. I do a lot of sarcasm. I do a lot of
Right.
teasing, a lot of. So if there's
Right.
if there's a language barrier, sometimes they don't understand what I'm like.
Oh, they're not
playing
gonna
at.
get. Yeah.
Yeah, so then it's just pure exchanging information. There's no layer of like sarcasm. What does he really mean by this?
Yeah, that's a little harder to get to.
And I'm like, yeah, it was a joke. Oh, ha ha ha. That's what that ends up happening. I'm like, I was just joking, and they go,
Yeah.
ha ha ha.
Well, at one point, yeah, like stuff like that can go like really misunderstood.
Yeah.
Like I said, yeah, like when she was, like I was saying earlier, when she was listing things she loves, I was like, and I go, yo. I went, yo, because I was about to say the things I love, like, yo, amor. And I didn't get there. I just said, yo. And she started laughing. She was like, oh, I don't know yet. Like she thought I was saying me.
Dude,
Like,
you
do
got to
you
wear a wire, dude.
Dude.
You got to wear a wire, and we'll play it on the pod.
Oh, dude. It is world class. Yes. She's very smart, though. It's just we don't. Yeah. World class.
We'll see how this. Let's change topics really quick.
Yeah.
I've got a little topic. Our buddy Luis Galilei.
Oh, great topic.
He moved to LA, right?
Yep.
Does that get you fired
Are
up
you
in any
kidding
way?
me?
Are you
I was
are
a
you
whole-
dead in the head right now?
I was a whole ball of whack. No, I was fired up when it happened. I called him. Like, I hung out with him.
He's doing it for acting?
You know,
Like,
Luis
why is he
told
doing
me
it? Because he wants to act, right?
he is acting. Yeah, I think it's good for the. That's a huge plus. But he told me that it was like,
His girlfriend or something?
well, his girlfriend and them like was from there. Like she went out. They went out and like hung out there this year.
Yeah.
So he like fell in love with it. But I think it's more like you and I have talked about, or how I feel about it too. Where it's like it's just a life. He's doing it very much for a lifestyle thing.
Yeah.
Like, he's from Peru. Like, he loves the sun. He loves the mountains. He liked hiking. He loves the ocean. Like, he felt like when he was out, he was just like, dude, I just felt so much better.
Yeah.
And then he comes back, and but Luis is about as New York City as you can get. He grew up, like, so I think for a long time, he, like, resisted it. Kind of like, oh, I'm Mr. New York. I'm not going anywhere. Blah, da, 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 da. And then finally, it'll break you, dude. If it's meant, I've been holding on for
When are you
dear
going?
life, dude.
When are you going?
Well, there's an outside shot. I leave like like, because this is not necessarily for the pod, but we can talk about it. I have to move.
Your apartment?
Yeah.
Why? Raising rent or something?
No, like I guess like some people are moving it, like that are family of the people that
Right.
own it. So I actually have to go.
When do you have
find
to
a new
leave?
place? October, like late October.
That's when I'm moving too. I might
So
not move, yeah.
I don't know exactly. That's interesting. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but it literally when I saw that,
You won't go to LA in October.
I probably will not go at this time. Probably. But that's because I have a very good setup currently.
Yeah.
But
won't.
I told you this. It's a matter of the days are numbered.
Before Luis
Numbered.
moved, how often were you thinking about it?
Not much.
See, I don't think it's in the cards.
I passed. No, I had let it go.
Right.
Let it go. It was not the path of least resistance for me in the more recent period of my life.
Right.
What about you?
Something would have to draw me out there.
What did you think about Luis?
I just thought about you. I immediately go, Hardy's fucking rolling around right now in torment.
No, I was so I was the one guy apparently. I was like so happy for him. I was like, that's fucking yes, dude, because that made sense to me.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a cat go LA on peeps.
I might be out there. I don't know if
Are
I'm
you?
allowed. I'm allowed to talk about this, but this and you know, America's Got Talent.
Mm-hmm.
An America's Got Talent producer, I guess, saw one of my stand-up
Yeah.
clips on Instagram, and she wants me to audition for America's Got Talent.
Oh, that's great.
So I just send in like clips, and
Yeah,
I'm probably
yeah.
not going to get. She probably does.
Yeah, but that's cool.
They probably have 20 of these people,
Yeah.
and like
Dude,
each
I
one looks
would
at 100.
cry if I got to see you on that, dude.
Dude, but the funny thing, they wanted me to send in some clips.
Yeah.
And then they wanted me to do a 1-minute self-tape about why, like my backstory and why to choose me.
Right.
And the only thing because these shows, they want a backstory,
1
right?
minute, yeah.
Oh, he was a army veteran. He came over in like a raft. You know what I mean? Like they like that. So the only thing I have really is that I'm an accountant that does comedy.
Oh, that's actually a nice way to pitch it. This guy's kind of
Day
a
job,
normal.
normal
Oh, he's an
dude.
accountant guy, but he does.
But he does comedy every night. That's the only
Yeah, that's a
shot
good.
I have at getting on this show. So I like,
Very tall.
yeah.
Like,
so
this next guy's a super tall accountant.
yeah. But he's
Right.
gonna make you laugh.
yeah. Dude, I haven't seen that show, but I haven't seen I
No
haven't
one
seen it on
watches it,
network
man.
television.
Yeah.
But wasn't Usama on that show?
Usama was on it. Yeah.
But that's a sweet. I could see you on it though. What do they give you? 4, 5?
I think all they told me is that if you get selected, they fly me out to LA and put me up in a hotel for like 4 days.
Ah. That's the beauty. Because
And
you
doing
get
a
to get,
theater, like doing
Yeah.
stand up in a theater in front of like Simon Cowell, Heidi Klum, Howie Mandel.
Yeah, dude, that
And
would
I
be.
just bomb. If I bombed, I would tank it so they couldn't air it. I would start swearing. I'd be like, "Fuck you, Simon."
Isn't that isn't that one of those shows too where like you could also be
We might have to take down the pod if I get selected so that they don't dig up bad shit. They're like, "We can't have you on."
that would be hilarious if they dug this up to try to cancel you.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff, but it would be hard. I think it would be hard to cancel.
Well, they would have to first of all go through our podcast, which is laborious in and of itself.
But isn't that one of those
The
shows?
interns quit. They go, "I can't listen to them talking about dating apps again. I'd rather be unemployed."
Isn't that one of those shows where like
You get big in middle America.
right, but couldn't
you
you
make
be
it.
couldn't you be up against like a like a dog
That's
that
what
like
you are up
catches a
against.
frisbee.
Yeah, you're not up against other comedians.
Right. That's
You're really up
juicy.
against
That's hard.
a magician.
That's hard because we all know this. People really.
What's that dance group? The
People are
Wiki
idiots.
Boys or something. What was that?
The
The
Ricky.
Jabberwockies.
Oh, they were on there.
All right,
Yeah, they
so-
have like synchronized dance teams. That's hard, man, because people are idiots and they love a good top hat guy. You know.
That's why the story has to be good.
Yo, I think my mom saw Mr. Pants on there.
I think he was on there. Yeah.
And my mom was like, "Do you know this guy from New York?" I was like, "With the pants?" I was like, "Yeah, that guy's a legend."
Yeah.
She was like, "Yeah, he like did these pants bit." People are like really tough on like
Yeah.
that would be
It would
fun.
just be fun. It would just be weird, man.
But you would be sweet to go out to
I would love to do that. Even if I
be
bomb,
sweet.
I'll tell you what. I don't think my job would like it too much.
You don't think so?
Some guy is on national TV saying that he's an accountant but wants to be a comedian. Basically saying that he doesn't want to do the job. Can you imagine the next day at work? Oh, hey, man. Didn't make it past the first round, eh? But you're back here. I think what they would do is end up pivoting me to a more internal role, maybe.
At the accountant firm?
Yeah, they'd be like, why don't you...
And they know you took that long break.
Yeah. But that was
They'd be like, "Oh, now you're doing comedy, huh?"
well, I'd always been doing comedy. That's what they don't know.
Right.
But yeah, that'd be out of control, man. Because some of those guys, like Preacher Lawson, some guys like you get like 100,000 followers.
Oh my god!
If
I thought
you're
you were
good.
gonna say like $100,000. Yeah. You can
Well,
get some juice.
if you get towards the end, they just tour like there's an AGT tour, I think.
Oh, really?
Where it's like they go to theaters and you go as like it's like a circus. It's like whoever the 5 finalists are go to like city to city.
That's
Or
wild.
like on cruises and stuff like that. And like there's
That's
the comedian, there's the
wild.
magician, and it's a variety show.
That would be fucking awesome. That would be.
It'd be out of control, man. It'd be so
I-
much fun being in that circus.
Yeah, I bet you'd probably after a while you'd be like, "This is insane," but that would be sick.
Yeah.
That would be sick, dude.
I would I'd be like Samaha.
You'd have to, dude.
You gotta follow me around and film all this, dude.
Oh, dude, I had a great idea. I thought for
Yeah.
a doc. You tell me what you think.
Can we implement it or no?
Yes.
All right.
There was an art. It's very easy pitch. Can we implement it?
I'm done with these ideas that we
Nate
can't. I want to
Bargatze's
implement
house.
something already.
You already did something like this, which was rip. It's basically what you. Okay. You did
You
it.
go on a road trip. You film a bunch
Yes,
of stuff.
yes.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
Here's what the idea though is. The conceit. There's an article on one of these like websites. Big article about like the 41 coolest, like the 41 best main streets in America.
Uh huh.
Nantucket's on there, Hamptons are on there, Charlotte's on there. Then there's a bunch of places in like Park City, Illinois, North Dakota, South Dakota, all these like crazy cool main streets.
Yeah.
And you just go around to each of them on the list. You videotape in between, and you go around to each of them on the list, and you have an iced coffee down each main street. Boom, 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 boom. Checking it out, seeing what's on the main drag. Oh, they got a bookstore, library, so you do an iced coffee right down the drag.
Uh huh.
And that's the whole doc. Icers down Maine. Not bad.
I like it. I'm just thinking about like episode 40. I guess if it's a doc, you're only gonna do an hour and a half or something. Or would it be a series?
No, I think it would just be like an hour or an hour.
So
and
each
10
main street's
minutes.
going to be 2 minutes?
Yeah, it's gonna be like not like too long.
Bookstore.
Yeah, like
My only issue is there
Yeah.
might not be much variety main street to main street. It could get very repetitive.
yeah, it could get really kind of. That's what I think could be kind of funny. Like you go to another main street, and who knows what you even use the footage from the main street. You
Right.
know, maybe it's you have a conversation with an old guy on a bench, you know, and it's
Do it.
quick. You know, and then I think you get
On your way to LA.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool, right? That's a good idea. Go on the way.
On your way to LA, man.
You know.
Oysters on Main.
Yeah. Someone was like, "Oh, it's kind of Bourdain." I don't know if I would try to go like so deep. I would just be looking for comedic kind of funny moments.
You do the penny grinder. You know
yeah,
that thing?
yeah, dude. Yeah. You get a couple nice shots, and then you have a lot of banter in between.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like what you did. You did sets, and you had some banter in between.
I like it, man.
Yeah. Do you like Main? I love Main Streets. I like a lot. I like the look, the feel. How long are they? How tall? Do you have a library? Do you have ice cream? Is it open during the day or just at night?
Yeah, but have you been going
Benches.
to 41 main streets?
Say it again.
You like your couple main streets. I don't know if you've been to 41 main streets, though.
Have I been?
Yeah.
Well, that's
What
the
I'm saying,
point.
it gets kind of tiring.
Oh.
I think you like the main streets that you know. You have this idea of not to be the guy that's attacking the main street.
Yeah.
I would love for you to do it.
Well, no, it's kind of a good point.
When
After
I
a while,
think about
it might
Main
be.
Street, it's all the same shit.
Well,
every
that's why
Main
it'd
street's the
probably be
same.
good for me to do it because I could help you see the beauty of Main Streets. Where you don't see it, I certainly do. It would be like going to like movie theaters, which most people probably are like, oh, they're all the same. You know?
Yeah. I watched Harry Met Sally.
Did you watch it? Did you like it?
It was fine.
You're a tough crap.
It's a little contrite. They keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't like how when they hooked up, he immediately regretted it.
Right.
And then like they go away, and then I don't know. It's just a little.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, like, you're probably not the biggest rom-com kind of guy. Did you watch? Yeah.
There were a couple of others,
Yeah.
but I'm waiting for Oppenheimer and Barbie to get on my
Oh, yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Here's something that happened. I don't know if this is anything.
Yeah.
I go to get a seltzer water at a bodega, and it's like these seltzer bodegas are expensive now. It's something like $2.50 or $3.50 for just a seltzer water.
Yeah.
A little seltzer. So I get it. I give him $5. Or he goes, there's a $5 minimum for card, so you have to give me cash.
Yeah.
And I go, fine. Here's the $5. He gives me $1.50 back, and I don't want to keep change. So I go, is there anything that I can get for the 50 cents? Just like a chocolate or something. Do you have anything?
It's not $1.50 he gave you back?
He gave me $1.50.
Oh, okay.
But I'll take the $1. I want to get rid of the
okay.
50.
Right.
He's got fruit by the foots, like little chocolates. He goes, everything's 75. We have nothing that's 50 cents.
Yeah.
I go, there's nothing in this store right now that's worth 50 cents.
Yeah.
I go, what about this chocolate? And I pull up, those little like green mint chocolates?
Yeah.
Lindor, maybe?
Yeah. Like tiny.
Tiny. He goes, that's 75 cents.
That's
I go, this
75
fucking thing's 75 cents?
Yeah.
And they know that they're doing that because they know that they give back 50. And if I want
that's why
something else, I have to give them the other. It's like a keep the change type thing, I think.
You think that they're yeah.
No, that's nothing. I got nothing. I'm fog, dude. I'm heavy fog.
That's so funny. I don't know. That's nothing. That's funny, dude. Yeah, that's funny.
Do you have anything, or I have a
I mean,
interesting thing that we could do.
yeah.
I went
Well,
to
tinfoil hats.
well, I went to Bramonti's some other time. Bramonti had this game called the Storymatic,
Yeah.
and he goes, sometimes it helps me figure out bits,
Okay.
and so I was like, that's genius.
Yeah.
So I bought a bunch of like little games
Yeah.
that might help me generate bits.
Yeah, this is good.
And one of them's like
I bought a bunch of games.
hypothetical fun, know yourself, family support. It's like these
This
games,
is great,
these like
yeah.
cards. Hypothetically fun's kind of weird.
Know yourself? Yeah.
Let's do hypothetical.
Okay.
Know yourself is like deep shit. Is like
I think
deep.
I've seen one of those.
Yeah. Pick one of these cards. Let's see what it says.
Hypothetically fun is like that's how I feel about like concerts. What's the most impressive thing you've ever done? Holy cow, dude. Shit, that's a tough one. There's a couple things that come to mind.
It said most impressive thing that
The
you've
most
ever done.
impressive thing.
Living to our age is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe sobriety.
Yeah.
I mean, that may, I don't know,
The most impressive thing.
but then also there's like some weird things that might be more impressive in the sense of like, like I went skiing in the Swiss Alps when I was younger. This is a story my family loves. It's kind of scary, but it's kind of impressive too. And I like went up to the highest peak. It took me like 3 hours to get up to this peak of the mountain. And on the last leg,
How old are you?
I was abroad, so it was like 2006.
College. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had like, it was like storm. What do you call that? A blizzard. And I had a backwards baseball cap on. I was not really prepared. Goggles, but I was like, oh, I'm the man. I'm going to go ski from the top. Because I'd skied growing up. And on the last leg, they closed the gondola. So I was on the last gondola that went to the very, very top. And I was like, oh, fuck. I got a little scared on the way up. And I was like looking around, and they had all these signs, like shit you needed if you got on the gondola. Pickaxe, bags. Like there were posters of like warning, hat, like all these things you have to have. And it's like, and I'm like, fuck, dude, this is really scary. So then I can't see anything, and I get off at the top.
Is
and,
it a single person gondola, or is anyone with you?
No, there was no one in it, and it could probably hold like 10 people.
Yeah.
You know, they had like seating.
They're all tied. You have 6 people. They're all tied together, and you're like, what? They've got flares.
So that like they're like in safety groups. Yeah. So I got off the gondola and I could not see maybe 4 feet in front of me. Because it was just pure white, you know. And the gondola stopped when I got off. So now I can't, like, I couldn't even take the thing back down.
There's no like distress call.
No, there's like,
There's no like button where it's like, yo.
that's actually a really good point. I don't even really know. I began skiing down. Like I was like, okay, like I need to try to like get down from here. And it was so high up. The snow was at my like my waist. So I like was like kind of like sitting back, and I was going very slow, but it was like really steep, but I was going very slow because the snow was so high, and I couldn't really get going. So I like was going for a little bit, and then still couldn't see, so I had to sit down again and like rest, and I could not figure out which way was like fucking down, dude, because I couldn't see. So I kept like skiing in different directions for a little while, and then sitting, and then skiing, and then sitting, and eventually I got like really spooked, and I sat down. And I was like, oh, I am like really pretty fucked here. And the ski patrol,
No.
I swear, dude,
No.
came from like right behind me, and they go, and they just start cooking like right, left. And I don't even think they saw me, but I like got up and started like tailing them, right? Like, doing my best because the snow was fucking was high, and I like tailed them as far as I could in like a general direction. And after like probably like 10 or 15 minutes of skiing, like we eventually got through some of the blizzardy kind of weather and got down to like another level, and then I like plopped down and they like, I lost sight of them. And
Were you trying to shout for him?
I was so nervous. Like, all I remember was, like, I can hear myself breathing in my own goggles. Like, I could see them. They were, like, tiny and far off and red. And it was just, like, like, all I remember was just trying to ski after them and keep them in sight and not lose them. I wasn't screaming. I was just, like, I just remember breathing really hard. And I remember, like, my mom was a skier when she was young. She was like, in powder, you got to lean back, bend your knees, lean back. So I'm like, and I have not skied that. I'm like pretty good skier, but I ski in the East Coast. So I don't know powder very well. But I'm like trying it, and I started picking up a little bit more momentum. And I was fucking cold as shit. And then, dude, I rested, and I wasn't even that far. I was maybe like, half a mile from like where we had stopped. So when I got back up to ski back down, it took me another hour of skiing to ski back down to the fucking lot, like the base lodge area, where I like ran into my buddies too. This is what was crazy. I like ran into all my buddies. They were like all like eating like in the lodge with like chili and shit, and like getting high and like smoking. And I was like, guys, I just fucking almost died. And they were like, you're a fucking idiot, you stupid moron. So it was very scary, idiotic move to go up that last gondola pitch, dude.
Holy hell, dude.
Yeah. So that's one where I was I don't even know if that's impressive. I don't know. That's like a survival.
I'd say that's impressive.
Yeah, survival kind of.
You could have died.
I could have died. And when I got back, I looked at the map, the ski map, and like one of the guys was like, "You didn't go." I was like, "No, I went there." And they were like, "No, you didn't go there." And I was like, "No, I went there today because there was 3 peaks on the ski map, and it went 1, 2, 3." And they were like, you did not go to... And I was like, no, I did not go to 2. I went to 3. And they were like convinced I went to 2. And I was like, no, I'm trying to fucking tell you. I skied down another 45 minutes and then got on this thing to go here. They did not... Like most people at the lodge, we were in Interlaken, Switzerland, thought I was out of my mind. They were like, you did... They were like, you did not fucking go.
You're like, yeah, you did.
Yeah, we were drinking beers in the lobby, and I was like telling this war story with my buddies.
Everyone's around. All the girls are like, oh my God.
Yeah, dude. Because this is what happened in the morning. I was supposed to go skiing with all my buddies, like Dave and Blooms and all these guys, and I got up, and I couldn't get my foot into my boot. in the morning because it was so rock tight, my
Yeah.
boot. So I missed the train. You had to get on a train. So I'm like trying to get my foot into my boot, and my buddies run onto this train. And I miss it. And they're all like, come on. And I'm like, fuck, I you know, like 100 yards off. So when I missed it, I was like, all right, where am I? And they sucked at skiing. So I went, all right, I already lost these idiots. I'm going to go fucking ski
The peak.
the tough stuff, the peak. So I could, yeah, it was a real. Thankfully for the ski patrol in red, dude.
All right, dude.
That was fun.
You
You
need
do
to
one.
start. It's at 55, and you just. I can't follow that.
No, come on.
I can't follow that.
All right. Yeah, good
I'll
tale.
start off next pod,
Those are great.
right?
These are fantastic. Because at first I was like, I kind of thought of like kind of this more boring stuff. Well,
Yeah.
not boring, but it's, yeah. Then you think, oh, you know, that one time.
You want to know a weird thing? There was a weird one. It says, if you could relive one moment, what would it be?
Oh, that's a great one.
And I always thought, I was like, basketball, no. Like,
Right,
you start
right.
going through shit like fish, no.
Yeah, I
then
don't
what
think
I
it would
landed
be sports.
on-
Yeah.
What I landed on was like the first weekend. There's going to be like a little.
Yeah.
The
I like
first weekend,
I like it.
I started dating Caroline.
Oh, that's nice. That's kind of
'Cause
magical.
It's like that
Yeah.
feeling of like you're sprung
Yeah.
and
that's
the
a
other
good one.
person sprung by you too, and it's like
The whole week you would use like the kind of week you're
yeah,
saying.
we hung out a couple
yeah.
times that weekend,
Dude, that's a really good one.
and it's when it was the best.
Yeah.
Like the new that's like the best time
oh, you're cutting
of a
deep.
right
Yeah.
when you
Yeah,
first.
that's a great one. That's a great one.
And I told my
yeah.
brother that. My brother's like, because I asked him the question. I go, when
Yeah.
would you? And then we kind of paused for like 45 seconds. I'm like, I'll tell you what I thought. And then I
Yeah.
told him this. He goes, that's funny because I was going to tell you.
Yeah, one of the.
There was this girl in high school they had a crush on.
I was
and,
about
like,
to
they
say
were at,
one like
this
that,
kid's
yeah.
basement.
Yeah.
And it was when his buddy told him that she was into him. Like all that shit. Dude, wild stuff, man. Like first loves.
That's what I would say. I had a first love one where I met the girl, didn't see her again for like 4 or 5 months, but the next time I saw her is maybe one of those moments because we planned to see each other, and I remember when I saw her, just the smile
Oh,
and the excitement to see it, almost like you could feel that it was the beginning of something. It held that kind of promise, you know, like you're saying, it held it. And you're like, that's a great feeling.
I know, man.
Great feeling.
Doesn't get better. And that go full circle.
Yeah, that's a great feeling.
That's why you're not on the apps.
Thank
Tough
you.
to get that feeling when you're on the apps, just pillaging through thousands of people.
Yeah, it almost removes it. Because you know, it's almost like, yeah, that's such a
The
good.
first love, that first couple days or week, whatever it was.
Yeah, dude. You know what
Of
pops
that
to mind
love.
too for me, getting into college. Did you have a moment like that?
No.
I had like a very classic. My buddy drove me back from high school. Like he always gave me a ride home. I went to the mailbox, and he was still like there in the car. And I was like, "Yo, I got my letter from like Michigan." He was like, "Open it," you know. And my like mom was like watering plants or something, and I like opened it and got in, and it was like everyone was like, "Let's go!" It was like,
Did you go early decision in Michigan or no?
yeah, I think I went
How many
early
college-
action.
you
or
went
something
early
like
action?
that. Yeah.
Dude, colleges that for when I applied
Yeah.
to maybe like
These are great
I
topics.
probably only
These-
only
yeah.
applied to like 8
You did?
colleges.
Okay.
I applied to like 8. And that first college that I got into, I was like,
Yeah.
thank God I'm going. I was like, because everyone worries. They're like, what if, what's your safety? It's like, I don't know if anything's a safety school, dude. I might be an idiot.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
University
yeah,
Of, University of San Diego was the first school.
Oh, I'm so jealous, dude. I applied to some Cali schools. I didn't get in. Dude.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
I went.
I didn't get in.
Like half the schools I applied. I applied to
I didn't get in.
University of San Diego. Got in. Pepperdine got in.
Oh, my
Pepperdine
Pepperdine's in Malibu, no?
Yeah.
Dude, that was my fucking the mountaintop for
How'd
me.
you
dude.
not get into the Michigan's
No,
a way
they're-
better school than all those.
I had a 3.8, dude. A whole
Michigan's
overall.
a way better school than all those.
Yeah, but Pepperdine, it's just tough. I don't know. Man, how did you get into fucking Pepperdine?
My mom made me do like 20 hours of Habitat for Humanity, maybe. That may have helped. I don't know.
That was a gorgeous.
I remember like
Gorgeous school.
Pepperdine was great. Pepperdine, University of San Diego, University of
Right.
Miami.
Damn, you were going to
I
like
went to-
fucking. These were gorgeous.
I told you how I looked up schools.
No, we got to talk about this. We got to pin this for an ep 2. It's college visits. I want to talk about.
All right, we'll do college visits.
But what? How did you do schools? You did like.
There was a website called College Prowler. Well, let me finish it.
Yeah.
Kenyon. I was getting recruited by the basketball team at
Oh, I
Kenyon.
know Kenyon. Yeah,
Kenyon, then Santa Clara. I don't think there was any other.
those are some nice institutions.
I think that was the
bro.
only. Oh, Duke. I didn't get into Duke.
Neither did I. Neither did I. Everyone like Duke
Maybe
would have been pretty
Johns
sweet
Hopkins because I could have
Right.
played basketball there.
Oh,
but they
really?
didn't accept. They were like, if you get in, you can walk on, no problem.
though. Wow.
But they were like, we can't help you. We have too many people that were already trying to get in.
Right.
But dude, when I opened up that University of San Diego, it was a thick envelope with the pamphlet. You know, like
because it's the different envelope.
the pictures of like everyone having fun, the trees, the beach. Dude, University of San Diego, I think, had like a big
Oh,
cliff
dude.
that it was on, overlooking the beach.
I looked at pictures of that school, University of San Diego, so many
Oh.
times, dude.
Yeah, man.
So many times, dude. Gorgeous school.
California.
And when I applied to law school too, I applied to like all California schools are just tough to get into. They're just
Yeah.
they're just not easy. I just remember. Oh, that's what I wanted
But
to say.
this is weird because Michigan, I would assume.
Yeah.
I got into all three of those. I got into all the California schools that I applied to.
Yeah.
Maybe I applied to what was that? What's the Berkeley? I applied to Berkeley. I didn't get into that, but like all the
Oh, right. I didn't get.
but
in
I
there
wouldn't have
either.
gotten into Michigan. Michigan's a way better. Michigan's like a
Yeah.
top whatever school, right?
Michigan
20?
is very good school. Very, very good
It's
school.
like a top 20,
Yeah.
25 school now.
Well, that's why I
all
went
the
in.
smart people at my school went to Michigan.
Yeah, a lot
there
of
were like
people
4 or
mine
5
too.
yeah.
Right. No, that's why I went. That's why I went. You're right. That's why I went. It was the best school I got into.
Yeah.
Hands down. But I don't know. Maybe I got into one of those. I don't think though. Maybe I didn't apply to Pepperdine because it was too expensive. I don't
If
know.
you did early action,
Like some of those though, I'm like quite sure I didn't get into like USC or I'm like
those are kind of tougher because those I think are like UC
Yeah.
schools or it's like
I remember I got into the schools I got into were like Villanova, which looking back I could have got. They gave me an academic
I
scholarship.
think I got into Villanova too. Now that
Yeah.
you mention it.
It was kind of dumb. I feel for my parents. Thank you, mom and dad. Like they were gonna give me like 80% of my tuition or
Yeah.
something. You know, my dumb ass is like, oh, I don't want to go to Michigan, which is clearly the better.
It's a better school, yeah.
Clearly, but also it's kind of like Villanova, good school. You get some cash.
Villanova's a great school too.
Yeah, like there's I think I got into Lehigh.
Yeah, Lehigh.
Tufts. I remember going to Tufts and liking it because they had the unlimited meal plan.
Did I apply to top? Like now you're starting to say schools where
Yeah.
I'm like I may have. I wonder if I can look that up.
Dude, I want to look up. Do you
I
remember?
don't
Because
even
the
remember
Target.
my SAT score and all that. Man.
Oh, I remember. I got a 1310, 1290, 1310. No, 1310, I think.
I think I got. I may have gone like a 1280, maybe sounds
Maybe I got
right.
a 1290. Maybe
12.
maybe I wanted a 1310.
I definitely didn't break 14. No, but
No,
I may
I
have gone
wasn't that.
1800. I think I did it when there was 3,
Oh, you had
right?
more? Oh, I was in the 12. No, I was in the when the
No, no, no.
1300. Yeah.
Yeah, but there were 2. They ended up expanding the SATs
Right.
to something bigger,
Right, I remember.
where like a 2400 was
Right.
good or something like
Right,
that.
right.
Maybe
right, right.
2100 was per. I forget.
I just remember the hilarity of at least this was fun to me. The Target you brought it up a second ago. That was classic. Like the the reach Target safety shit.
You got what's your safety? It's like what? Where like if this is the only you got to get in somewhere. It's like I'll go to UC college. That's the safety.
Gotta make sure there's somewhere
The
you
read.
can
What's your
definitive.
reach?
But I think it was interesting because you sort of learn stuff about people. They would be like, "Yeah, I'm applying to Harvard," and it's like, "You will never get into Harvard," and they're like, "It's my reach."
Can I not reach?
And you're like, "Well, maybe have a couple more targets."
If I have
It
a
was
good essay,
dude,
I've
I
got
had
a
a
really.
buddy.
My college advisor says I have a really strong essay and I might get into Harvard. These college advisors. Can you imagine being a high school college advisor?
I can't imagine people. The way there was no unique advice to anyone. They just blanket told everyone, give me one college I know you're not going to get into. Apply to it. And they're like, that's your reach.
Good choice.
Good choice.
Good choice. That's a good school.
You won't be getting in.
Yeah.
And then there were like them pick 3 that like you probably won't get in.
Right.
And that's like, that's kind of a
A secondary reach. You're
yeah,
not
target
jumping.
reach. Right.
You might get a third of them.
Right. Like maybe the guy had like a weird batch of soup that day and he's kind of
We've had a couple kids go there in the past couple of years. They might give you a luck. They typically only take one person from our school at that school.
right. So
Where
get
there was
it in.
competition.
Right.
Amongst your
Right.
even people at your school. I told you about Margaret Miller,
Right.
right?
No.
Dime piece, dude. Perfect 10.
Is
Perfect
that the
10.
girl in your bits? Who's the girl in your bits where you go? She had a condom between her boobs.
Oh, that was Allie Morris.
yeah.
At camp. But,
Allie Morris, right.
this girl, Margaret Miller, she went early decision to Kenyon
Yeah.
because her sister went there.
Oh, so she was the lock.
She really wanted to go. It was her favorite school. She applied there early decision. She had better grades than me, better SAT, better everything. But I was getting recruited for basketball. The basketball coach wanted
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting in, and she didn't get in because I was the basketball guy coming in. And then I
Right.
remember calling up Coach Orozco
yeah.
and telling him, like, finally, like, yeah, I'm not going to come. He's like,
Oh.
he goes, really? Because he would call me up once a month to be like, hey, how's the basketball season doing? What are you thinking? And I'm like high in my basement playing video games. I'm like, yeah, I'm like trying to beat this game in Halo, dude. Can I call you after this game? I'm playing Halo. But I remember him telling him, he goes,
Your recruiting stories need to be delved into, bro.
have you thought about this? And I go, yeah, that's all I've been thinking about. I'm going to go Santa Clara where the hottest chicks are. It's 90 degrees.
Oh, so you told him. You knew. So after a sec, you knew. You were like, hey, I'm not coming. Right.
I told him I'd go. After a while, my dad was like, you can't keep stringing this guy on.
Your dad said.
He goes, you can't keep stringing this guy on. They got to figure out who's on their team this upcoming year. They got to fill roster spots.
Mr. Miller makes the best appearances in these stories. It's just like really sound dad advice.
Yeah, so I told him, I go, I'm not going to be an NBA player, so I'd rather choose the school based on like where I want to go.
Or yeah,
Rather than
prioritize
just
a
where-
little bit
yeah.
more than just the basketball.
Yeah, I'm not going to be an NBA player. Why am I prioritizing basketball?
You're just like high in your basement playing
Yeah,
Halo.
like-
You're like, dude, I want to hook up. This guy. There's something about.
He hears gunshots in the background. He's like, why do I have to do this, man?
That's
what am
what
I
it
doing?
is. That's what it is. What
What am I doing
What
with
am
my
I
life?
doing?
Where
I
I'm
gotta
talking to these high schoolers playing video games.
Bob, patch me through to that Miller kid.
When am I going to
this
get called
fucking-
up to D1, man?
Yeah, this fucking Miller kid. Tobin, is that? Can you pause the game? Can you pause the game? Have you made a decision?
How's the season going? Yeah, we're like 1-12. It's going okay. We really want you to come, Tobin.
Yo.
He's recruiting a guy that's on a 1-12 team.
You need like your own super bad dude where you're just like somewhat. You were probably pretty good, right? You were somewhat good.
I was good, but I was the only good kid on the team.
Right. So you're pretty good, but you're not getting recruited to like you weren't getting recruited to like the up you weren't like you weren't in the top 100 or even 200, 300 players, right?
In what?
Basket. You were
The
like
country?
Yeah. You were like D2, T3.
Probably not even the state.
Right.
I probably
okay.
wasn't a top 100 player
No,
in the
but
state.
in this
I went to recruiting camp. Like, I got written up in some recruiting camps.
okay, so you were probably so you were ranked to in some kind of maybe not ranked. I mean in
Like
some
secondary.
database.
Yeah, I was in databases. Max Preps.
Absolutely. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Right, but you're you're getting recruited by what league was that? Were
This is D3.
D3? That's funny. So, but it's still being recruited.
Yes.
Okay, so and there's some D3 players that transfer to D1 in basketball, like Duncan Robinson did it at Michigan.
Yeah, I could have.
and he was
I could
fucking
have
nice.
easily played D3. There would have been no
Right.
problem. Me
So
playing
that's
D3.
funny, man. This D3 kid, solid kid, pretty good. Get 9 in his basement on like a
Eating
really
like
bad.
brown, like eating like just ice cream brownies, like eating like shit, like grilled cheese. Like, Mom, make me another grilled cheese. Oh, you're hungry this evening.
Your mom's upstairs, like making this shit in the kitchen, and you're just downstairs with your buddies. And this guy's, it's funny to me the idea that he's trying to get you to come.
Yeah. That's his job.
Right.
Coerce
You to come.
17-year-olds to come to a school.
Come on, dude. He shows up at one of your games, a little later.
Well, dude, we should save this for
We gotta pin
another
it.
time.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I did a visit there
yeah, this has got to be.
and did an overnight with the basketball team.
It's
It's out
gotta
of
be.
control, dude.
This has to be discussed.
Out of control, dude. They were like had
we
like
have to do that, dude.
they had some shit. We would like go to parties and they
Yeah.
would go like talk to chicks and be like, "These are the recruits. Why don't you go talk to them?" And it was these like disgusting like chicks.
This
Oh,
is the
hey,
greatest-
you're
This is the greatest movie ever made, dude. You're being paraded around to these like really ugly girls, just like at parties.
But for us, we were
Yeah.
like college shit. This is
Oh,
hot, like
yeah.
in my like looking back on it, they're disgusting. But like
yeah, I mean
at the
that's
time,
pretty
I
cool.
was like, hey, yeah, I drink.
Oh,
All right,
that's so funny, dude. The guy, well, yeah, we can go. The guy who just like, I had a couple of these guys. They were like pretty good at sports, but they also weren't people that were gonna play sports forever, and they knew this. And like coaches at our school like could not function. Because these kids, like Nixon, my buddies were a couple one of these. He would want to party or get high or eat Burger King or like hang out, like not unreasonably. Like he wasn't gonna go,
Yeah.
and he knew it. But these coaches would be like calling him in to be like, you should start thinking about more seriously. And he's like, I'm not fucking going
Yeah.
that way.
you're
like,
fucking me right now. You're persuading me to make a bad choice.
Yeah, like let me go have fun. Let me go fucking.
I was thinking about college visits. Really, remember the college?
Oh, those are the best.
campus visits.
The
Where you'd be
best,
on a
dude.
tour and there'd be
Yeah,
like
yeah,
some hot chicks and you were so horny And you would just be staring at these chicks, like fantasizing going to college with like all these hot chicks, dude.
Yeah.
Out of control. We gotta
Dude.
stop. We gotta do a college.
We got to
next
do
time.
a
It's
college
written down.
visit. Yeah, all right, cool.